Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over the AD2L Season 41 Champion Division Max Retaliate versus Seneca Red. Game number 1. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to get our first bands out. Going to be the Veno and the Dark Seer. Going to be going for a next ban. Great, great choices. The Invoker band out. Kind of an interesting band. We haven't seen a lot of that yet.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Now we're looking through the band here. You're going to be wondering, what is AD2L? Well, AD2L is a community hosted event, all right, for the community, by the community, right? They're going to be tournaments every Thursday, right? Going to be lasting for about 8 weeks, and then the playoffs happen, So if you want to come by, have some fun, we'd love to have you. Right. Built into different divisions or leagues. This is the champion division. All right. So it's going to be aimed at divine players. If you're in that divine area and want to play, we have stand-ins every week. Just come in, put a chat up, and someone will pick you up. I believe it. Now you're going to ask, right? Well, I'm not in the divine, bracket. Where should I go? What should I do? Well, we have divisions all the way from beginner to immortal, so we'll find a place for you. Just let us know. If you need any information, reach out. We'll love to get it to you. All right, we're going to go into the first pick here. Is going to be the Weaver. We see a lot of support Weaver, but the Weaver can be flexible depending on what the Seneca Red team likes to pick. Going to be going in. We do have the Witch Doctor and the Slardar. Witch Doctor is a fantastic support right now. He just abuses the lane and most of the game, really. His heal is really strong with that new facet, so if you haven't played it yet, give it a try. Slardar, great too. They pick up the Weaver, so that's gonna stop the vision game. They ban out the Oracle and the Wraith King. Okay, I could see it. Both are right. I think Oracle's not great right now. I think his facets aren't very good, so hopefully they change him in the future. And Wraith King, maybe they just don't like the extra life or how he's played. So
Only 10 seconds.
gonna be banning the Razor, so they might be picking up a Life Stealer or an Ursa, something like that, something melee that they just don't want to be linked to.
Dyer's ban.
And ban the Pudge. Pudge is a good choice. He can be flexible as well, and his hook with the new facet does a lot of damage.
Dyer team pick.
That's our game right now that we're casting. Just get a notification about. Shadow Shaman's going to be picked up. Great against the Weaver because you have the Hex and the Disable. It's also bad against the Weaver because you have that Foul Play innate ability. But if you have the bug on you, you're immediately going to die, and you can't get it off because you're a chicken. It can be really frustrating. Mars is going to be picked up by Seneca Red. They're only going to go red heroes right now. The Shadow Shaman, the Mars, right? Mars has that great facet of, removing the vision inside the arena, which is going to be countered by the Weaver bugs and the Disruptor Q, right? Okay, they pick up the Life Stealer. I'm not surprised about. They did ban the Abaddon. Okay.
10 seconds to pick.
I kind of saw the Life Stealer get picked up, but we'll see. I think the kinetic field shows vision inside the Mars arena, right? So, and the bugs from the Weaver. This is not a great Mars game right now. They pick up the Dark Willow, which is good. It's going to be a good counter against the Weaver. The Life Stealer does have the Rage to get out of it, but that's alright.
10 seconds.
And I assume Disruptor is not going to ever be in range to get picked up by it, but you never know. Maybe he has just bad positioning.
Radiant team and up.
Chaos Knight's going to be picked up. Ooh, I wonder if they're going to pick up a Shadow Demon in the mid lane. That'd be kind of cool. Pick up the Underlord. Underlord's a great big tanky person.
Dyer's ban.
Could pick up... I think he's going to pick up the Cleave. I could definitely see it. So Seneca Red is looking for a mid hero. And Max Retaliate is also looking for a mid hero. they ban the TA, gonna ban the Shadow Fiend and the Lena. So they're probably gonna pick up an OD. I could see OD being picked up by Seneca Red.
10 seconds to pick.
Weird, because Lena
5
is a red
seconds
hero, so is
remaining.
Shadow Fiend. Both red heroes. TA. I think you banned Storm Spirit. Just so you can't get the jump. Ooh. Well, I guess they have the Disruptor ult. And the Pit. Okay, so maybe that's not a great one. They're going to ban the Lesh. Maybe you pick up the Storm Spirit? Because you can jump out of Mars ult. You can jump the Shadow Shaman. I guess they have Brambles, which would be a problem. They have a little bit of Disable, but I think it'd be alright. Who else goes mid?
Dyer's turn.
Pick up a Tiny to go mid. Alright. Seneca Red, they do not have a lot of reserve time, which is going to be a downside for them.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Zeus. Okay, Zeus is decent, right? Because he does damage percent based base. So all these big tanky heroes are going to go down quicker. I'm gonna give this to Seneca Red. I think they have a good team. I think they have a good team. I'm gonna pick up the Corpse Eater and the Abysmal Horde, which are good. Skitter Step, the Thunderstorm rather than the Wall, which I like. Insurmountable, I have no idea what Tiny does. Cluster Cluck, nobody likes the big chicken anymore. Bloodsport, so okay. 26, sheesh, come on now. 14 commends in 15 matches. You gotta start reporting this guy. Alright, nice. We are in 2x speed. Just to get out here, we will slow down whenever bounty runes are picked up or something pops off, just to let you know. A little all chatting coming out saying good luck, have fun. They want everybody to make sure that they're just having a blast. And that's what AD2L is all about. You know, it's not all about winning. It's about having fun. Just kidding. It's all about winning, but fun is secondary, alright?
30 seconds to video games.
And it looks like it might just go 2 for 2. They throw the ward on the high ground. They stand up here, but nobody's up here. The Lifestealer is going to be playing very defensive.
Again, the murder fest.
Okay. They're going to pick up the... just you double check there to make sure that it is on 1x speed, so it'll be okay. Nice little... I like to put mine a little further back, but blocking this camp really does suck, I will be honest. I like to put mine over here, but blocking this camp sucks. Because if he puts a sentry over here, or puts a sentry right here, it's going to be caught, right? Actually, it won't get caught. Ooh, true. That's in the corner. Okay. We'll see what happens here. Getting a text. Alright, here we go. We're going to be going in. We introduce everybody that's playing every game, so you know who's playing and who to cheer for. As a caster, we don't cheer for anybody except for who gets the more courier kills. So if you want to be on the big screen and cheered for, you're gonna get those courier kills. Alright, let's go into this bottom lane. We have Bear playing the Lifestealer for Max Retaliate. Going to be supporting on the Disruptor is going to be at Crasheroni Dota. In the mid lane, we have Yuzu playing Tiny. And in the top lane, we've got Humble Korean playing the Weaver. And he's just going to let his boy Bok Choi Bitch on the Underlord be beat up just a little bit as their offlaner. On the other side, for Seneca Red, we have Faye playing the Chaos Knight. We've got YK Rain playing the Shadow Shaman. Captain is going to be playing the Zeus in the mid lane. And on the off lane, we have Dark Willow being played by Loose, all caps. And last but not least, we have Pickle playing the Mars. Nice. Okay, we're doing a little bit of damage everywhere. You know, everybody's getting hit up, you know, so doing just fine. Throw the Bramble out. It's going to catch on to 2. Tiny already has the bottle, says, hey, you know, I'm going to fill up my bottle. And Zeus says, that's fine. I'm just going to push your tower. And what are you going to do about it? Tiny says, I'm going to walk at you a little bit, but not too much. So Zeus says he wants to be here for this last hit. He's going to get it. Boing! Gonna get the taunt off, too. That one didn't unbind, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Let's go to this bottom lane. We see the Disruptor is taking a lot of damage. The Bramble misses. If he had thrown it a little bit this way, he would have caught either way. So, unfortunate. But Disruptor is just fine. Gonna be going for the Mana Boots into the, into the Glimmer Cape. Gonna go to this top lane. We just want to see what's going on. They're gonna throw the Firestorm down, trying to get these last hits. He's gonna be doing it. He says, I'm alright with this. Nice. And a big pull from the Weaver as well. Just what a great support. And a stack from the So, we're gonna go bottom here. Sorry for Yana. We're gonna be getting a kill onto Pickle, and they do have a glimpse in 10 seconds. You have to eat a tango, please, brother! He goes down, unfortunate. Shadow Shaman is taking a lot of damage in this top lane. Is going to get beetled and burned. You know, the big two Bs of this top lane, the beetle and the burn. They do have a shackle. Not going to be able to use it. And the Chaos Bolt, which will be a lot of disable. Nice! Get a kill on a courier in this bottom lane. Luce is playing out of their mind. Lifestealer is going to be alright. Has 36 extra health. Gotta get those denies. That's where your real health slips through. You know what I'm saying? You want to get those denies. All right, Zeus is doing just fine in the mid lane. Is going to be going for this bottom bounty or bottom water rune. Tiny goes for the top water rune. They're doing pretty close in last hits. The Tiny is going to be losing out by 6, but he's going to pick up 3 right here, most likely uncontested, and it'll be okay. In the top lane, the Underlord is on top. I'm not surprised. He's usually just, throws the Firestorm down, hits things really hard, and then walks away, and you're just like, I don't know what to do with my life. They're going to be going on to this guy. They do have the Shadow Shaman with the burn and the bugs. He's going to try to shackle, and he's still burning, though, and he does go down to the right clicks of the Weaver with that bug on him. Like I said, that foul play, you're not able to get the bug off, even if you only need one more hit, because you are chicken. Alright, gonna miss on the Disruptor down here. Disruptor does have this stack coming out. It is gonna just get clicked down by the Mars and the Dark Willow. Trying to just make sure they can't pull anything better than what they've got. Lifestealer doing okay. Gonna go for the phase boost into the armlet. Will most likely go for a Radiance right after. I think he's just, that's just the way to go. Tiny in the mid lane, gonna go for that early blink rush. I think it's good. You have the avalanche and the toss. You know, you just do so much damage early on, especially to the Shadow Shaman or the Dark Willow. If you can grab them after they've used their stuff, you're just in for free kills. Weaver's gonna be coming a little aggressive here. Throws the beetles. Is going to get grabbed by the Shadow Shaman, and the ult from the Zeus is going to kill out onto the Disruptor. They're going to be chasing the Weaver. Weaver is not going to have the invis. Oh, drops! Wow, that was a play right there. He drops the tree to break vision so he can't get the stun on him, and then Shikuchi's back in to do the damage. Going to be dragged away from the Underlord here. Says, hey, I want your creeps over here, and that's where we're going to put them. Nice job. Disruptor did have to come back. He's going to get the glimpse onto the Mars. Mars is going to be running the other way now. They're going to get the open wounds. He's going to be doing a lot. Dies to the tower. Now, the problem with this is, is if you take a long time to die on these offlaners, Glimpse is going to be back up very soon. You know what that means? You're going to go right back to base if you're not careful, which I don't want to say I want to see, but I love seeing it, you know? So... Alright, we're going to go to this Zeus. Zeus is in the mid lane, has those mana boosts, going to go for the Phylactery. I like to play, when I'm playing Disruptor, play up here, when that TP is going to pack up, you know, just get the glimpse off and go back to base. Going to be throwing the open wounds onto the Dark Willow. The stun comes out, the right clicks, and he's just fine. He says, I'll just walk back to my tower. I don't have enough for rage, but that's okay. Phylactery is going to be coming out onto the Zeus in probably 2 minutes. He's a little off, but I don't think it's going to stop him too much. Mars is not doing great down here. He is only 2 last hits behind the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer hasn't died yet, so it's going to make it a little bit challenging. Shadow Shaman is going to be top. Just throw his ward up here. It's not going to be seen, which is great. And they're going to be shackling onto the Weaver. He's going to take a lot of damage from everything else. He's going to try to hex himself, but he can get away. They're going to be diving underneath the tower with the Disruptor, and he does have the glimpse. No, he uses the Kinetic Field, and right back into the Pit of Malice. They say, hey, you're going to get right-click down, buddy. What are you going to do? And he goes down, not able to do anything. They do have a teleport from the Dark Willow, but he says, no way, Jose, I'm not going up there. I saw what was going on. Shadow Shaman. Gonna go for the boots is kind of poor, and Dark Willow is gonna TP middle. I don't know what's happening here.
Top tower is being attacked.
Okay.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They're gonna smoke up onto 2. Are they gonna try to go top? They are gonna try to go top. CK going for the armlet is just going to go back to the jungle. I think they're going to take this top tower and walk away. The Weaver's going to be here. They see the Weaver, but I don't think that's who you want to go on. The Underlord is extremely tanky right now with 1,200 health and 7 armor. Comparatively, right, the offlaner is 6 and 1,200. Okay, fair enough. They're going to be throwing the bugs in the Zeus ult. They're going to be pitting on the Malice with the Firestorm coming down on both supports. They do take down 1 on either side. They're going to be going for the Weaver. Weaver's about half health. He doesn't have an ult. He does have an urn. He's going to Shikuchi to the other side. Nice job. They could go through the portal and go on to the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is going to be going on to the Mars. Hits the Rage, so he can't get speared. Now, you're not going to think about this, right? But in the little play, the Mars taking the step to the left so he can get a better angle onto the tree, forced out the Lifestealer Rage, right? Gotta think about little things like that, right? Sometimes you might be thinking, oh, he's just moving, he's just trying to get away, but no, really, he was, because this would be going into the creep wave if the creep wave was coming, right? So you gotta think about that. We're gonna be going into the mid lane here. They do get a huge Bramble on the 2. They're gonna be able to kill the Tiny. The Underlord ult is gonna come in. He says, okay, they're gonna glimpse back with the big pit. The Fear goes out onto 1, 2. Zeus is going to be able to get 1, and he does die to the Weaver with the trade. That killing spree is going to go down. The Weaver's going to be diving underneath the tower. He throws the urn onto the Dark Willow. Dark Willow is going to get the stun with the shackle. And the Weaver is going to be able to ult. He says, I don't need the ult. I'm going to be going on to the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman does have the foul play. He can use it. They're going to be throwing the Mars ult. It's going to miss onto the Underlord. Underlord is going to be able to walk away with the illusion. And the Weaver does kill the Shadow Shaman with the Pit of Malice. The Chaos Knight is going to try to run him down. He does have the suck back in a second. Yes, he does. He's going to throw the stun. He doesn't die! He doesn't die! He doesn't die! They do kill the Mars for the trade with the Tiny coming in. Oh, no. That's got to feel bad, right? That's got to... He doesn't hit the suck back, unfortunately. I keep calling it suck, but the Reality Rift. The reality is that he didn't Reality Rift for that kill. I'm going to look at some net worth here. The top is going to be the Zeus. I think Zeus is doing pretty well this game. He's what, like 3-1? Yep. Has 2 assists and a decent amount of last hits. The Underlord is on top. Like usual, he just, like I said, Firestorm is going to be able to push the wave, get a lot of last hits, and help with these kills. He is 3-0-5, so he's been a part of 8 out of 10 kills on the side of Max Retaliate. They circle up in this top jungle. Disruptor says, I want to go up here. Throws the Sentry Ward down. Is going to see this. They take it out. They're going to throw a little damage onto the Tiny. The Brambles goes out, but not going to be able to get anything except for a creep. Going to look at the bottom rune. Weaver says, hey, go back to your high ground, and they're going to be going there. Mars says, I'm just going to hit these. I'm going to be looking to get my blink in about 2,000 gold, which is probably the 15-minute mark, so we got to think about that. Lifestealer is going to have that armlet done. Comparatively, the Chaos Knight is about done. He's got about 300 gold left, so not too bad. They're decently close. But the Lifestealer leading them by about 600 gold. That's not terrible. Gonna do a little bit of damage to each other. Gets the stun off. Does have the Reality Rift, but he's gonna be fine. Thank you, bub. Alright. Tiny has the blink dagger. Nice 12-minute blink. We'll see what happens here. I'm excited what we're going to see. He's going to be teleporting bottom, going to be going on to the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight does... Oh, they used the ult from the Underlord. They're going to be tossing in with the Avalanche, doing a lot of damage. She does ult. They're going to be using the pit, catch one. The Shadow Shaman and the Dark Willow are going to be TPing in. They have the stun onto the Lifestealer, doing a lot of damage with the ult. Zeus ult does come out, but he jumps right into the Tiny as the Lifestealer. Going to be throwing the bugs onto the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman is going to be glimpsed. Wait, where'd he go? And they're going to be jumping in onto the Zeus with the blink and the explosion out from the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is going to use that open wounds and the rage to chase him down. They chase down the Dark Willow as well. And saved the life of the Shadow Shaman with the glimpse to send him back to the mid lane. They said, no, no, no. You're not coming here today. But the Weaver says, I see you, buddy. You're getting chased down. Shadow Shaman, I'm sorry for your loss. He's dead. Yep, there we go. Touches him, gets that mega kill. Chaos Knight is going to be throwing the stun with the Reality Rift, doing a lot of damage to the Weaver, but he does have an ult and 3 earned charges, so I don't think he's going to die today. Tiny is going to be going back bottom. They do take the tower with the Tiny and the Underlord. Lifestealer said, hey, I'm just going to go back to the jungle, farm up with this my Feast innate ability. No problems. Good. Underlord going to be picking up the mech. Here he's doing pretty well for himself, and the Greaves, 13-minute Greaves is huge. Weaver's doing pretty well as for himself. He's 5-0-6. He's been absolutely destroying this Shadow Shaman. Right, he's not the only one that's killed him, but it's been a little rough. They're gonna be going on a Tiny here, who's a little greedy. They do spear into the Bramble, which stops him in place. Nice job. What are you doing over here? Oh, he was waiting for the Wisdom Rune. Wisdom Rune is going to go to the Zeus. Alright. Weaver's doing pretty well. The Disruptor got this big, fluffy, feathery tail on his mount, so it's probably adding like 5 extra damage to every right click. You can't see it, but there you go. Zeus does have the Kaya. Going to be going out. I think it's not a bad one. You want that extra damage, as much damage as you can as the Zeus, and that Arc Light is going to be doing extra damage every time the Kaya's up. So, or the Phylactery's up, the Kaya's going to help just do the damage. So you're going to Underlord ult bottom right into Brambles. They're going to be TPing with the Weaver and somebody else. The glimpse back onto the Shaman. Shaman dies to the Tiny. Oh, notice the fire burn of the Underlord. They're going to be chasing into the triangle here. Underlord is going to be leading first. He's going to be going for the pipe as well. They're going to dive underneath the tower. Weaver is doing a lot of damage to this poor Dark Willow. Dark Willow is going to be pit fired and blink stunned by the Tiny to take him down. The Tiny's taking a lot of damage underneath the tier 2. They're going to be throwing the Static Storm onto the Zeus. Zeus is going to be tossed up. Tiny air lines from the Underlord. Underlord is going to be taking a lot of damage here. They do Zeus ult, which is not going to put on anybody. The Mars throws the ult. He's going to have the spear on the Underlord. Underlord is going to go down. They're going to throw the Weaver bugs, and he gets pushed down to the high ground. They're going to have the Fear. Hits him. He's going to go down. Nice job. He doesn't have an ult. They're going to be fighting the Tiny, but Tiny is able to get away. CK has his ult. He popped it. He's going to be running up the hill here. Has his shield. We're going to be pulling back onto the Disruptor. Disruptor is going to die. That's alright. And the Lifestealer is just farming up here. He said, you guys can do whatever you want down there. You're insane. He's going to get those denies. Nice job. Alright. Zeus as the Kaya, like we said. I think he's probably going to go Aether Lens next, like E-Blade and then into E-Blade. Mars has the blink, is going to be dropping his items, pick up that Lotus and eat it. Does not have an ult for another 50 seconds, so they got to be careful around here. Shadow Shaman is going to be going for the blink, about 1,200 gold off, which is a long time for a support, but if you have some good fights when you live, you can be there fairly quickly. Bramble is going to go onto the Weaver underneath the tower, and it looks like they're going to walk away as 5 here, TPing, say, hey, no problem. Shadow Shaman! Dark Willow is going to be going for the Yules. I think this is a good item for the Dark Willow to have, right? Because you just want to be able to survive. It's going to give you some mana regen as well. You can set up with the Brambles. Tiny gets the kill on the Shadow Shaman. They throw the Underlord ult in this mid lane. They're going to be running right across the river, running at the Zeus. They see him. The blink toss, the tiny airlines onto the Zeus. Then they're going to throw the avalanche down. Hits on one. The Zeus is going to be able to jump away. He's inside the pit, gets the glimpse back. They're going to be going onto the Dark Willow. Dark Willow is going to be using the fear. Yep, and uses the Bedlam to try to get away, but nobody's there. That is the paranoia kicking in, you know. That schizophrenia, always worried about that Weaver, where he is. You don't know where he is. It's a little bit terrifying. Alright, Dark Willow, and last but not least is going to be the Chaos Knight, who's going for the Orchid. This is an average build, is going to be the armlet into the Orchid, which is good. Lifestealer's doing fantastic. I think they've just forgotten that he's here. They've been 5-manning on Seneca Red. They just group all the 5 heroes together and run at somebody. I don't know if it's working right now, but they're trying their best. To be honest, I don't know what else you do, right? Because if you don't 5-man, you're going to just be dropping like flies. If you do 5-man, you're gotta try to at least grab something. They're going to be shunning the Hex, the Reality Rift. They're going to be grabbing with their Shackles. They have a Spear if they want it, but the kill is going to go to the Zeus with that big lightning.
A golden thread.
We'll watch some Lifestealer right now. He's doing pretty well. They're going to be going bottom, taking the tower. That's, you know, the Lifestealer, I think, did a decent amount of damage to his top. Never mind, he did no damage to his top tower. Weaver's going to get the Atos into the Shard. I like it. I talked about this the other day, is like, right, Weaver going Chrysalis and Shard. I wonder if it'd be worth it, right? Who stacked this? Oh, Shadow Shaman did. Did they forget about it? I guess. Nice job. They're going to be taking this. They're going to be coming through the portal. I think they know they're here. Oh, they're going to be going for the Roche. Oh, this is kind of crazy. What do I think they need on Seneca Red? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what your problem is. That sounded bad to say, but
I didn't mean it like that. I feel like the CK probably needs just more damage, and the Orchid might do that. The Mars, I think, is kind of squishy as well, but he's going to go for the BKB. I think he could probably sell this Quelling Blade and pick up a Null Talisman. It sounds a little weird, but the Null Talisman is going to help with his mana problems. And Mars is one of those big... It has a huge mana issue, which is usually why you get the Yules, right? It's going to help with that mana problem, but also it just helps with the movement and dispelling stuff, and you can jump in, and if you just, like, are dying, you can Yules yourself to try to help, so we'll see what happens. They're going to be circling, I think this is the side of Max Retaliate. Do they get the courier kill? No, they're not going to break it. Oh, come on. Yeah, they do. Yes. That's going to be a big thing. They're going to be throwing the avalanche onto Dark Willow. Dark Willow is going to walk away and not able to catch. I think they want to take this Tormentor on the side of Max Retaliate. They do have the bugs from the Weaver. And Weaver is going to be throwing them. And he's just going to skitter away. Oh, no, okay, they're going to be coming back. Alright. I don't think the Tormentor can go down further than 0 armor, right? Mars ult is going to be going in onto 2. They're going to be able to spear the Weaver. The Weaver is going to get exploded by the Lifestealer and ults himself. They're going to be going through the portal. They'd have the Static Storm down with the snakes. And the right clicks onto the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman is going to be killed. A nice job. They're going to be going back onto the high ground. They do have the snakes on the high ground with the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is going to be pulling back and throwing the stun onto the Underlord inside the pit. The Tiny comes in, is able to clean up too. They're going to be cleaning up these snakes. They do have the Chaos Knight in the pit right now. He's going to be slowed. They do have the kinetic field to hold him in place. He's going to try to pull himself out, but he goes down to the Tiny. Well played. Dude, Tiny coming in at the last second here to pick up 2. And then stay in to pick up a 3rd. Huge. Also, Weaver did get exploded by the Lifestealer and then ulted immediately afterwards. I wonder If he just held his ult after the explosion, if he would have lived, because he had a decent amount of health and then went back to less, I think. So it also might have been just a panic too, right? Is you're just thinking about yourself and your life stealer was thinking about you. I was thinking about you. I was thinking about. I don't know. All right. Anyways, so where are my Swifties at? Gonna be going back here. Lifestealer picks up the Sanj, gonna go for the Yasha. Tiny going for the Conda. I'm not surprised, right? A lot of Tinies pick up the Phylactery into the Conda. He does a lot of damage with his right click, so it's gonna help out. And he has the Echo Saber. So these supports that are like very weak are gonna be food still, but he might even be able to kill the Zeus or the Mars, right? Mars doesn't have a whole lot of health. He only has 1900, and the Tiny can do a lot with the Phylactery, right? Because you gotta think the Avalanche, 320 plus the Toss, another 320. That's 600 with the Phylactery damage, right? So another 150. So we're looking at 750 right now. The 2 hits with the Echo Saber, he's gonna be doing base. Another 40 is 500, 600 with 2 hits. You know, so that's 1300 onto a Mars. We'll take about 25% off. Is going to be about 800 damage, right? Roughly from the Tiny. That's from full to, that's 1,000 damage. And he can do it again in 14 seconds. That's when nobody else hitting him, too. Makes you a little nervous. Underlord is going to be picking up a pipe like we saw earlier. The Zeus might get spotted here. He is. Yep, Tiny's going to be coming in. He gets the jump off. The Tiny Airlines is going to be going on as he jumps away, and he's going to die with the Underlord coming in. Oh, poor baby. Weaver goes for the Vessel into the Atos. Has the Shard. Going to be able to help him last hit. Nice job. Boop, boop, boop. So I was theory crafting this, like Weaver support crit into Scepter, right? Like maybe pick up an Urn, crit into Scepter, and then pick up your other items. I think he could farm decently fast as long as you had good crits coming out. Disruptor, grabs the Blink, which is kind of crazy, but I do like it. Disruptor can play super defensive with the Blink Dagger, and then once he sees a fight go off, he can just blink in, grab the Static Storm. A lot of Disruptors will go for the Aether Lens, and that'll help with the Static Storm range, but you gotta think, right, Static Storm range is now added another 1,000, so it can be good. The Glimpse also, the catch with the Glimpse is super useful too, because
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
you have that extra range, so if somebody blinks away, you can blink right after and hopefully try to grab. Maybe get some vision. Underlord is going to be burning this tower or these creeps down, and they probably want to push top. When does Firestorm do damage to towers? Is that a thing now? Deal damage. Firestorm burn damage. Does it not anymore? Move count. I guess it doesn't, right? I thought it did. I don't know. Okay, they're going to go for the tier 2. They do ult bottom going on the CK. CK's... Oh, the second! If he had just gone out a second sooner. Okay, they're going to ping out. They say, hey, we should go on this. Tiny's going to be going in onto the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman's immediately going to die with the explosion from the Lifestealer. They're going to be taking this tower. They're going to get the Zeus glimpse back. Do Zeus ult. CK's going to be pulling back the Disruptor. Disruptor's going to die. No, gets the Reality Rift and the stun. Okay, he does die. The Fear does come out onto 3. They're all caught in the Mars ult. They're going to throw the Avalanche and the Toss. He is silenced up with the Orchid. They're going to be going in. They do a lot of damage to the CK. CK's trying to get away. He does have the Bedlam on, and he goes down. Blink onto the high ground from the Tiny. Tiny says, hey, buddy, where are you at? The Disruptor did buy back for this, so he's going to try to be going in. And they do get another one. And they got the tier 2. I think they're going to be able to take this tier 3 right here with no problems. They have the Fortify, right? Yeah, just in case they want to try, but they could counter for it. That was a free fort. Good game, well played is going to be called out. They're going to be going on the Shadow Shaman. Does he die right before he does that? And he does. Wow. Good game, well played. That was extremely fast. I thought this game was going to be a lot sooner. Great job, Max Retaliate. You played really well. Seneca Red, they grouped up. It was just a hard game. So can't wait to see it. Can't wait to cast another one. GG, boys.